You all take about 20 minutes to blow your leaves around fall time. Not me, I stand outside and I just stand on the front door and I full throttle pass. Listen to this. I love this thing. And are you ready for a snap roll?
Yep.
Here we go. Look at that. That is insane. So we're at 0 throttle now with full flaps, and check this out. No landing gear. Not right now anyway. Look at that. So something that's pushing over 100 miles an hour, and then we do that. That nice slow pass, flaps are up, we'll take back off. Let's just go into a vertical climb. This thing has the power and it never runs out. Let's see how this will knife edge. Let's get right into it. More rudder, more rudder. There we go. It does pretty good. It does great. That's really impressive that that can do a knife edge. We're just doing some Cuban 8 because this is a really good jet for the Cuban 8. Notice I'm not flying this as low to the ground as say I fly my Turbo Timber. That's about what I did right there. Wow. Let's try it the other way. I never do it this way. Oh my goodness, did you see that? I can't believe it didn't just break in half. And we're gonna bang sharp low.
Oh, no, you don't.
That's what reminds us we're still alive, you guys.
Oh my gosh, that was scary.
It sounds so good, it looks so good. We're gonna go landing gear down so you guys can see that. Love how it sounds. I love how it sounds. There's 0 throttle just to nose it down to get it closer to the ground. And then we can play with throttle when we need to get it closer. Oh, there we go, because I didn't want to touch there. That's pretty good, actually, that's pretty good. Guys, I'm in love with this thing. Today I was trying to decide what RC plane I should fly. What a dilemma, right? And my wife comes to me and says, Nate, you've got to fly your new red Viper, the 90mm version. So the wife says go fly a certain plane, and you do it.
You are welcome for being awesome.
Yeah, you are. Guys, go ahead and dislike the video if you want to, but I have a wife that supports my hobby. And we're gonna fly this new, beautiful 6S 90mm. Huge, guys, that is huge. You talk about a leaf blower power. You all take about 20 minutes to blow your leaves around fall time. Not me, I stand outside and I just stand on the front door and I and all the leaves are gone. But today we're not doing that. We're gonna fly this thing. Now I've got a handful of flights on this, but it'll be the second time it's making it to the channel. Guys, I love the fact that it can fly on a 4,000 to, I believe, 7,000 milliamp LiPo battery. Amazing retracts with the covers, which make it look so good in the air, and some of the best looking lights I've ever seen on any RC. You know, the old 70mm Viper, I don't believe has any lights on it, so the fact that the 90 has lights and they look great just leaves it one more reason that we love this jet. If you like this jet or RCs in general, leave us a like, guys. You have been killing it on the likes. YouTube loves it and it makes us happy too. So please leave a like and let's fly. Now Abby knows this and many of you guys do too watching, but the 70mm Viper is like my favorite well-rounded jet that I would say isn't like realistic looking scale. So this one has stepped up in every single way, and trust me when I say it just flies so much better. It's bigger, it's smoother, it's silkier, and just everything functions so much better. I love the rudder authority on this too. Guys, if you don't own a Viper, you need to pick one up, and you can't go wrong with the 70 or the 90mm Viper. Okay guys, smash a like, that gives us clear for takeoff. Are you ready, Abby?
Ready. We're
gonna go half flaps on this takeoff. We do have safe on, at least I think. We're up.
Woo! I forgot how fast that went. Sorry.
And it sounds so good too. Let's get that landing gear up on this pass where everyone can actually see it, and then we will just have some nice kind of like scale-ish fun, but don't worry, I brought extra batteries. We'll wake it up on the second flight like we've been doing lately. Okay, ready for the landing gear? 3, 2, 1. Oh yeah, I forgot it goes up in stages. So
yeah.
It takes a little bit longer than the old 70mm Viper, but the landing gear, it's all up. We'll take safe off on the next pass after we give it a full throttle pass down the runway. Let's go. That's about a half throttle.
You took it out far,
did,
just so you guys can see.
Here we go. Just so we can see full throttle pass. Listen to this. I love this thing. And are you ready for a snap roll?
Yep.
Here we go. Look at that. That is insane.
Why haven't you got this back out for the channel? Why did I have to tell you to get this out?
I don't know.
This is an
There's
amazing
so
idea.
Many good things to fly that I've really been struggling with what to fly. Let's snap it this way a little bit.
It sounds like a YouTuber problem.
You know what?
I have so many things to fly. I just don't know what to do.
Been addicted to the hobby problem for sure. I'm flying a little bit too high. I'll get it down a little bit lower. Guys, this thing, the 70 is so awesome, but this one really does just stomp it in pretty much every single way possible, other than just slightly bigger, so it might not fit in some people's cars in one piece. But and we're gonna snap it on this one. A nice snap. Here we go.
What are you doing?
Just some craziness.
Playing with the throttle.
Playing with the throttle, doing all kinds of stuff. Let's do a roll with rudder. We'll hit it the other way too. Can we do a nice large barrel roll? There we go. That was pretty sweet. So Abby's using the older camera, 1080p. We're having some issues with the 4K. We've sent it off to have it fixed, hopefully in a week or two.
Should be under the warranty too.
I think so, yeah.
But I do miss, or I do like how close this lens can get. Our other lens doesn't get this close.
Airplane back there looked really close, but that was an airliner way up.
I didn't even see it.
I saw it. Here we go.
No airliner.
Oh, this thing is...
I think this is faster than an airliner.
It might be, Abby, it might be, especially this low to the ground anyway.
We need to do a speed test with this one.
Yeah,
because wasn't the 70mm Viper our fastest?
I don't know.
I think it was faster than the Thunderbirds. You guys go watch those two speed tests and tell us in the comments which one was faster, the 70 Viper or the Thunderbirds, because we did speed tests on both, and I'd like to know how fast this one goes.
You're talking about speed, Abby, but look, we can do spaceship mode on this too.
Oh yeah, it's so awesome.
So we're at 0 throttle now with full flaps, and check this out. No landing gear. Not right now anyway. Look at that. So something that's pushing over 100 miles an hour, and then we do that. That nice slow pass, flaps are up, we'll take back off. Let's just go into a vertical climb. This thing has the power and it never runs out. It is so sweet. So sweet. Let's bring a nice big wide loop at this thing. Are you ready for it? We'll head it up going this way and let's climb into it right now. I mean, we can just eat up all the sky with this. There is no limitations on this new Viper, guys. It is insane. Anybody that owns one has been ranting and raving and loving this thing. Oh my gosh, and I need to just keep flying it more and more and more and more. Nice wide roll there. Oh, I like that. That was really good. Now we're getting a low voltage
I
alarm.
lost you in that one.
This is the great thing about the telemetry on this Viper. So this is the smallest battery they recommend to put in here, a 4,000 milliamp LiPo battery. We're going to put the landing gear down on this pass. Are you ready?
No, I don't even see. I know you're right there. Oh my gosh, here you go. Sorry, guys.
You had me lost for a while.
I did, yeah. I just zoomed out. I could not get you back.
Now, this is kind of odd that our wind is coming in the opposite way that it normally does, so we're going to bring it around and try to get a smooth landing, nose into the wind. But we can do it. So this jet has telemetry built into it, which is why that alarm was going off. I had been cooking at full throttle, and now that I'm back down lower throttle, that's why that alarm isn't going off anymore. So it's time to land though, or at least close to it. We'll go full flaps and see if we can get a nice smooth landing. There's actually very little wind, but what there is coming in to our backs into the Viper's nose right now. And there we go.
Ooh, good
that was
job.
Pretty good. We'll put another battery in, maybe a 5,000 milliamp LiPo, and see if we can get a slightly longer flight time, because that was about 4 minutes, which is not too bad for this big of a jet on a 4,000 milliamp battery. But remember, you can put up to a 7,000 milliamp in there if you want a really long flight time.
That was good.
I want to take a second to show you guys the difference in the batteries that I'm flying on, okay? Now there's actually quite a few differences, even though these look exactly the same. Here's a small learning opportunity for everybody watching. They're both 6S batteries, that's 6 cells. They're basically 6 small batteries taped together to make one big battery. They both have the same voltage, which is 22.2 volts. But the main thing you need to know is the 6S or 6 cells. This is a 6S jet. You really have to have a 6S battery to fly on it. Now you're gonna see a couple numbers that are different on here. This is a 4,000 and this is a 5,000. The 4,000 is what we just flew on. We got a 4-minute flight and I was having a great time with it. And that's really good for an EDF jet. 5,000 milliamps is a slightly bigger battery, so it's a bigger fuel tank. Now it's kind of hard to tell because these are both big batteries. They're very, very similar, but you can tell this battery, the 5,000, is a little bit bigger. We just have a larger fuel tank. We should get a longer flight time with that. Now this is a pretty important number when you're flying something that's high performance like this. My 4,000 milliamp battery, which is what I just flew on, has a 50C discharge rating, and the 5,000 milliamp has a 30C discharge rating. The main reason this is important is because imagine the difference between one of those little coffee straws, the little one that you stir up your coffee with, and then you try to get a drink out of that and it just comes out pretty slow, right? Or you go to McDonald's and you get one of their giant massive straws where you just get Coke completely in your body within 2.2 seconds. That's kind of the difference in 30C and 50C discharge rating.
I like the analogy.
30C discharge rating is like the coffee straw. You're not going to get to suck as much power out of the battery when you need it as you will with the 50C discharge rating. This 50C, and they actually go up to like 100.
Yeah, you really need 100C.
120C. The 50C is kind of like that McDonald's Coke straw. You're just going to get a lot more than you are with that little coffee stirring straw. So that's the biggest difference. Also, the keen eye may have noticed one of these batteries has 2 wires coming off of it, and this one only has 1. That's the difference in the Gen 1 and the Gen 2 batteries primarily. You've got a balance lead on this one, and then the newer Gen 2 batteries don't have a balance lead, which is absolutely insanely awesome. Comes in really handy, especially for RC ground vehicles in my opinion, but it's one less thing to deal with. So if you want to learn more about this Gen 1 versus Gen 2, we actually have a video describing these, but the main thing I wanted to focus on, which applies to all LiPo batteries, not just these smart batteries, were the main numbers. You know, we don't talk about this stuff enough, so when we do, hopefully a few of you guys appreciate this kind of thing. I kind of have a little challenge for myself. I went full flaps. I really want to see how fast I can take off with this. Now, I probably should turn this around the other way because the nose is not with the wind, but it's like a 2-mile-an-hour breeze. So let's see how fast this will actually take off, like best case scenario.
Okay, zooming out.
Full up elevator. That was really fast.
Wow.
Okay. Wasn't expecting that, but that was really cool. That's why I started down there, because I was hoping it would take off like right in front of us. So you can take this off with a really short runway. Let's put the landing gear up a little farther back this time. I want you guys to see this thing in action. It's really cool. Let's see, I will start the landing gear right there.
There, got it.
Oh, it's cool.
That's cool.
And safe is off, and we're just gonna have some fun. Snapping it, oh, snapping it. Oh, I did that under power. Let's do that again on this side. You ready? Mm-hmm. We're gonna keep it under power this time for this snap roll. Whoops, wrong way, but that was insane. Wow, let's do that again. If I didn't destroy that.
What did you do?
Did you see it?
I had a hard time, but it was in frame.
That's about what I did right there. Wow. Talk about craziness, right?
It's crazy.
And then it just goes right back into a little docile flying. Let's try it the other way. I never go this way. Oh my goodness, did you see that? I can't believe it didn't just break in half.
Be careful.
Is the zoom lens catching that?
Yes.
That's ridiculous. Now there's another fun way to do this too. So this thing will do insane stuff. I want to do it like this with 0 throttle and then let gravity take over right there at that pivot point. That's really cool.
Steady. Oh my gosh.
I forgot this knife edge too.
I think I get more nervous than you do.
Did you see my knife edge challenge, guys? Let me know in the comments.
Better yet, are you going to do the knife edge challenge and tag us in it?
And did you? If you did, let us know in the comments. Let's see how this will knife edge. Let's get right into it. More rudder, more rudder. There we go. It does pretty good. It does great. That's really impressive that that can do a knife edge. Wow. I'm not going to roll into knife edge there on that. Yeah,
you were gonna. Do you want to break this?
No.
Are you sure?
I got my telemetry hit on that, but I think that's because I've been cooking it full throttle so much. the low voltage alarm went off. But let's try it out here. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
Look at that, Abby. That is crazy. Wow.
Oh my gosh. You dropped. I lost you.
I did a loop. And we're just kind of doing a Cuban 8. I'm off to the left side. Doing a little Cuban 8 action here. Way up in the sky.
Gotcha.
Ready?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we're just doing some Cuban 8 because this is a really good jet for the Cuban 8. Notice I'm not flying this as low to the ground as say I fly my Turbo Timber. I really like it and I don't want to crash it. How many Cuban 8s can we do?
I think enough. I think that's enough.
Okay, because I think it should just be called the infinity sign because that's what it looks like, you know?
Well, but you're twisting as well.
That's true.
You could do it without the twist.
Ah, yeah. That would be very hard to do.
That would be very hard to do.
That is such a cool plane. Oh, what do you guys want to see me do? This is so awesome. I like my slightly longer flight time too.
Inverted.
Inverted? Okay, ready?
Yep.
There it is.
I feel like I can't be the only one that wants to see you be better at flying upside down.
Oh, everybody wants me to be better. I want me to be better. It's just
There you go.
hard.
You turned with it.
Yeah. Pretty high up.
Steady. Yeah, I think with the right RC, you could do your 3-minute inverted challenge.
Maybe. This one maybe could do it. Just keep it in figure 8s like this.
Yeah. Very cool.
What do you guys think? Should I do a 3-minute?
I wish I would have. Well, you're gonna run out of battery before 3 minutes on this one, but should have.
That's probably the longest I've been inverted ever, you guys.
Very impressive.
Ever.
That should tell you something about this EDF. It's a good one.
Don't jinx me. I'm nervous.
Sorry.
I'm sweating.
It's okay. Flip back over then. I feel like I jinxed you. So.
Let's do an outside loop out of this.
Okay.
Killed the throttle. Spiraling a couple times. Yeah.
That was one time.
Well, I wanted to do 2, but I didn't think I could pull it off.
I got to give you a hard time. You're doing very good. It's my job.
Yes, it is. And we're gonna bang sharp low.
Oh, no you don't.
That's what reminds us we're still alive, you guys.
Oh my gosh, that was scary.
Sounds so good, it looks so good. Isn't there usually a big difference between my first flight and my second flight?
Oh yeah, always. You're almost at like 6 minutes.
Okay, we're gonna land it because that is a long flight time. I put it back in safe. And the reason I do that on landing something like this, it just really gives me that extra edge of comfort for just pulling this back in one piece. We're gonna go landing gear down so you guys can see that. Love how it sounds. I love how it sounds. And we might as well just land with the nose into the wind, even though it's very little wind. Again, we'll go about half flaps and see if we can get it nice and smooth. Can I beat the first landing? Full flaps, I hope so. There's 0 throttle just to nose it down to get it closer to the ground. And then we can play with throttle when we need to get it closer. Oh, there we go, because I didn't want to touch there. That's pretty good, actually. That's pretty good. Guys, I'm in love with this thing. This is so much fun. I'm so glad that you suggested we fly this today, or I fly it. We've got to get you flying stuff like this because although I'm doing some...
And it'll make for some good crash videos.
Well, I'm doing some extra maneuvers with it. You don't have to. You know, you can fly it completely upright the whole time with safe on. You do not have to do that stuff that I'm doing. But man, what an awesome jet. Let's take a look at that sweet landing gear while I've got this still powered on. Oh, the stages and just the slowness and realism of this. And that's right out of the box. I didn't slow that down or anything in my radio. There you go, guys. What a cool RC EDF jet. I'm absolutely in love. This might be one of the most fun to fly jets I own, if not the most fun to fly, because it just can hold very true. And it follows the lines that you expect it to follow when you're flying, which makes it a blast to fly at kind of scale. and just maybe throw an occasional roll out if that's your kind of flying style. I know some guys that like to fly like that, but if you really want to wake it up, you absolutely can. It'll snap roll just with that much rudder, which is kind of crazy. It can hold a knife edge with that much rudder, kind of crazy. There's no magic going on in here, it just does it. That's awesome. Now when I'm flying something like this, even though I have a lot of confidence and I have a lot of flight time under my belt, I would not ever consider flying without AMA. It's always in my pocket 100% of the time that I'm flying. I would highly encourage that you guys do the same. Even if you're just flying something you made out of Adam's board at the dollar store, if it's got something that you're controlling, you should absolutely have that insurance. And I'm not just trying to tell you to do that, it's just something that seems like a no-brainer to me. For the price of one battery that I'm putting in this jet, I can be insured for the entire year and get a really cool magazine subscription right to my door. Abby and I both have AMA, and we will be grounded if ours ever runs out and we have to renew it. We just won't fly without it, and the same goes to all of our friends that fly with us. So I highly encourage you guys, if you haven't checked out AMA yet, they'll be linked in the description box below. That's the Academy of Model Aeronautics. You need to sign up. We had a great time. I had a great time flying. I think Abby had fun up here hanging out with me, right? This is a really, really beautiful day to fly. I feel like we're just being so blessed with such great weather, and for that, we thank God. Also, a massive thanks to our Patreon supporters, because we couldn't do what we do without you guys having our backs, and you've had our backs for an extremely long time. You are absolutely amazing for prioritizing family-friendly content and letting us know there's someone out there that means something to. So if you guys like family-friendly content and you don't want to see that go away on YouTube, please consider signing up for our Patreon page, linked in the description box below. Even $1 makes a big difference, but if you hit our $5 a month tier or anything above that, you get some exclusive TheRcSaylors stickers, so please consider signing up. Guys, this was so much fun. If you want to check out the maiden video, that's over on our channel, but I want you to see the 70mm jet, the Viper, in action too. So one of those videos will be popping up right about now. Thanks for watching. We'll see you there.
Bye!